Hey, what's up everyone? Fatal Fury news right here from my channel. You guys might know Joe Higashi was announced. We got the trailer yesterday and I got a chance to get a little version at home for Joe Higashi, so might as well show you guys what the character is about. First off, I know you guys love colors, so pretty much simple, but of course color edit will allow you to make him look like whatever you want. Let's just play a bit, right? I just want to show you some cool little stuff with the character. I think he's fairly standard. I think he reminds me a bit of like how Andy pulled up with mostly the basic stuff, but might as well show the couple unique stuff, right? So simply put, this is Joe. Yeah, he's the same with glasses. That's how they got him old. His normals, I think, are fairly simple. Like it just got close normals, the better frame data than the far normal. The cooler normal, in my opinion, is that 5C. That goes quite far. So this is close 5C, which is +4, and which on break is +11, which is really good. And far 5C, which is also cancelable. So that's gonna be, I think, like this is going to be one of the main combos that you use, since you can just do this into the 5C and get a combo for this, since that is 11. So you would do this into this whenever I can do this. Thank you. Yeah, that's the one. Little combos left, right and center. And in terms of other normals, a sweep classic and a slides. And he also got kind of the good old Muay Thai step kick. Sisaga doing that as well. And one target combo there that you can actually quite easily hit confirm on block, because the window for confirm is actually quite good. So you can either like let it block or hit confirm it yourself. Should be a pretty good use in terms of neutral. In terms of spatials, of course, Hurricane Upper is there. It does not go full screen. You've got the heavy version that you could, if you want break, to have only one that's coming. And the EX version that stays in front of you but gives you a follow-up that slowly goes full screen. Right, you can see like the full screen right now is +38, so in lots of cases you can do this and still convert with this stuff. So potentially a good way to get close to the opponent. He also got the Parry punches, which is the DP motion with a couple follow-ups. You've got the forward light follow-up and the one that knocks you down. These are the two follow-ups. Whenever he goes EX, he got a special follow-up in EX, which is this one. Goes high and knock you down. Next to this, we have a slash kick, which covers a lot of ground and is pretty much the high damage combo under. The EX version is airborne, so you can't really cancel it into anything, since he does not have any kind of air moves. And this one as well covers a good amount of range. Cool thing about this one is when it's not up close, it goes cross up. So it's actually a pretty good way to take DPs, right? If you do this, DP will whiff, go behind, bait it and get something. Kind of a nice one if you want your movement. The EX version is similar with 2 hits, but the cooler thing about the EX version is it side switches like Kenshinrai. So whenever you do this, yeah, it side switches and gives you the ground bounce, same as Kenshinrai, so you could get a DP right after this. In terms of normals, you also have a special, one DP. This one is invincible. The light, the heavy is breakable, so you can classic do heavy into light, and same for the EX. The cool thing about the EX, it travels a bit before starting, so obviously you can do EX into heavy into EX into light. That is one of the classics, you know that from Fatal Fury. Movement wise, I don't really like his movements. His forward dash is meh, not great. You can see I'm mashing forward dash right now. His back dash is really bad. Like, look at how long it takes for him to recover from the back dash. So I'm kind of afraid in terms of movement for him. He's got good normals and specials to cover. He also got this that you can break, so you can cover distance and cancel it. Although personally, I still don't really understand why these are a thing, in this game. If you guys have some ideas in comments, hit me up. Aside from this, of course, ref blow is, it's a ref blow. It covers a bit of distance. I think it's similar to Prisha. The air ref blow is nice. It's kind of a dive kick, so you can get a bit more of an air ref blow. But that's pretty much it, mostly outside of the cool part, I think, of the character. He's got a parry, which is quarter circle back and A. So this is the parry stance, and the parry has multiple follow-ups. You have forward C, that is going to be an overhead follow-up. You cannot combo this if not in counter hits. You have the forward D, that is a low, and then you have the stand D, which is a step kick. The step kick is armored, so one of the things I'm gonna show you, I'm actually gonna pick a fireball character. Let me pick Ken. I wanted Prisha because it looks nice, but you know, might as well go for Ken on this. So this parry, I mean parry most things outside of super, but the cooler thing is, so if you go for normal Hadouken or EX Hadouken, right? So you could parry them, so you can parry a normal Hadouken, and EX Hadouken does not. But you can EX parry the EX Hadouken, the EX parry covers 2 hits. Alright, so this is one of the cool things. And the other thing in terms of parry is that this follow-up is armored, so you could even parry 3 hits with this. An example is if you do this with Ken. Yeah, that's 3 hits, right? So if you do this one, you could do... Let me do a right timing as well, that would be nice. So this is traded because I do it a bit too early. See, like the 3rd hit is armored, so you could basically absorb up to 3 hits. And of course, because it's CX, you could cancel this into whatever you want. So that's like one of the plays of the parry. As long as you can get that timing correct. Obviously it's still early, so I can't really get this properly. But by armoring this, I posted a few of these shorts on the... See? Yeah, that's the one. You could just go for a fairly simple follow-up. Another cool thing about the parry, I think that's going to be the main use of it as well, is it works as, you know, a cancel move. And these are kind of the cool things you could do, right? So if I put Ken to block right here, I don't know if he's done to anything, so you can see that this is +2, right? So you would be scared to press, but you could press a light, right? Considering the frame gap, because light is gonna be a great reward for me. The thing is, what if I do this and I absorb whatever you do? That's one of the scary things as well, because you could do this, and because one of the follow-ups is a throw, so I could do parry and potentially follow up with a parry throw, which is quite cool. The thing that could happen to Ken is the following, right? Let's assume that Ken wants to do a, let's say, a light DP. Let's go for a special move. We're gonna go for the light DP. Yes, let's go. So you could see that if I do this, I would lose in terms of normals, right? Because he's mashing. But what if I do this? Now, this is one of the ways to activate it, and then you get this, right? Into whatever combo you want. So plenty of cool ways to go around DP and basically be able to change the break into anything. You got a couple ways as well to get quite interesting punishes. This is one of the cool knockdowns, I think, for him. I need to delay the parry, which is quite annoying. So let me try to delay it properly. Yeah, see, like, look at this ground bounce kind of knockdown there after the counter hit happens, which is quite nice. Another way to kind of bait these DPs, if you do light into the one that goes behind, I go for a punish after. So I think he looks like quite a good pressure character. He's got a lot of plus stuff. He also got one of my favorite normals, I think he has, is the stand D. Look at this, +4. It's not a throw range, of course, you know, standard, but still +4 on block is pretty good whenever you have a 7-frame crouch medium behind that you could cancel into a parry. So I think in terms of pressure, he can end up being pretty interesting, mainly because you're kind of gonna end up being scared of pressing buttons since you can cancel anything into that parry. And of course, even if you block right, this is overheads and this is low, so you'll mostly still feel kind of scared of whatever he can do. His supers are like pretty cool as well. Like, let's take a look at his super real quick. Let me remove the guard on this. So the level 1, and of course the screw upper, the classic. The level 2 version is there. There you go. And then you have the light level 1 with C. So the thing about this is you can actually hold it. So if you can see, and it powers up. But it doesn't power up too much, it only adds like, what, 35 damage, which isn't great. And same for the level 2, which has a normal version and a held version for like about, I think it's like 30 damage difference, which is like not great. But the weird thing about this one, right, is as you can see, so it gets a wall bounce, so you could do this whenever you have an execution and you're not me. So you could do this, You could basically do DP, any DP juggle, you know, like. See, like any kind of juggle you could do on this. The weird thing is it has a follow-up, but that follow-up kind of whips, like look. And I could only really make this follow-up work in the corner. So if you look at the follow-up, now it works. Right, which is a pretty high damage one as well, but you would need the follow-up for this. And then the hidden gear that you have probably seen on that trailer. High damage, looks cool, everything. I think he's all in all a cool looking character. In terms of combos, you know, I think one of the classics, like DP into DP, pretty much the one you would want to go is probably for this. You can't do the low, you need to do the high on this. Yeah, this is probably the best one if you finish with the quarter circle for D. For damage, you also got this. So as mentioned earlier, like this is a combo. That's one of those, and of course you can super these, right? Like if you do, yeah, like this into super, you can get a bit more damage. I believe the kick super is a bit better. It is a bit better, not by that much, but still alright. So one of the pretty simple. You could still do this off 3 hits as well. Like that works if you need 3 hits to hit confirm. A couple of things as well to mention. His EX routes, as far as I could see. So you have a couple, you know, EX routes. I think the best I found was probably this. Yeah, that's like pretty simple, and this is the max damage I could find, I think. So you do into this, that's like 600 something. Probably, yeah, the best I found overall. There might be a better meter dump kind of thing, but yeah, 618 for this one I think is decent as well. He's got a pretty good damaging routes, I think. One of the things I'm a bit scared of is I feel like he's not really like adding something very special outside of the parry. I don't think the parry as a defensive tool is that great, since you have JD in this game, so you don't really, you know, necessarily need to parry, since you could just JD and do DP behind this. But I think the parry as a pressure tool is quite cool. And last but not least, this is, I think, one of the strengths for the character. So if I put Ken to block and I put him in overheat, right? Look how easy it is to break the guard, right? So you do, that's it. The guard is crushed, and that was about 50% of my rev meter as well. So I think this is one of the cool things, right? This is all a string as well. So literally only 3 specials will give you a guaranteed break. So I think this is going to be the main strength of the character, the fact that he's really good on pressure, really good at putting you under pressure, really good at making you block, and then putting you in overheat for a potentially guaranteed kind of guard break. I think, yeah, the character overall he's interesting. Like the parry will be a bit different. I would like to see him played, because I can't lie, I think his movement is the main thing that makes me scared. But the fact that his pressure is slightly different, I mean, obviously BJNA has the parry like this that could work, but I think we could see a couple cool things. Next character, of course, is Chun-Li. I do hope that Algerax is going to play Chun-Li, because I can't lie, I think they did Ken so well that I can't wait to see Chun-Li. But for now, Joe Higashi will drop whenever they say the fall, so we'll wait for him in fall. If you have any questions in the comments, hit me up. I'll happy to answer, and I'll maybe try to stream a bit with the Joe Higashi I have. So if you need anything, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks again to SNK for sending me the version. Always cool to be able to lab the characters a bit and show stuff for you guys. So you got some combos, you got some stuff you know now, and if you have any questions, let me know. But see you soon for more Fatal Fury on this channel.